We standing on business here.
Welcome to Better in Green, eh? To Better in Green, eh? To Better in Green, eh?
Welcome into Intentional Lounging, brought to you by Better in Green. Special thank you to our friends over at DraftKings, where we do get our odds. And if you'd like some free props or see some promos, make sure you guys check out bettergreen.com. Right beneath me, BETTOR green.com. Get you guys some free money over there. Guys, AFC, NFC Conference Championship weekend. It's been a really fun playoffs to watch. And this first game we're going to talk about is the Kansas City Chiefs. And boy, do I have something to say about these boys. I'm sure you couldn't imagine that. I'm sure you thought I'd be very quiet about it. It's been a loud week, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a loud week, so I brought some stats for you. And we're going to do a little bit of physical activity, too, to get ready for the show. So, minus 846 penalty yards. That is the third worst among what team? Oh, that's the Patrick Mahomes-led Chiefs team. Minus 147 the past 3 years. The three-peat era, 21st worst in the league. 196 holding penalties. Oops, that's the most in the NFL. How about, roughing the passer? You can't hit this guy. He's drawn the 16th most roughing the passer penalties, 30. 29% of those have been on third down. 32% have been called on Josh Allen. I guess that means the Bills are cheating too. I guess we have just a good old rigged both way bowl here. Third and fourth downs, they have 2 accepted penalties helping the offense this year. 1, 2. Okay, moving on after that one. Second half of one-score games, no team has had more flags thrown against them. Man, all of these numbers and stats I'm pulling up, that isn't what Twitter's saying. It's weird. It's almost like everybody watches these primetime games and then they have something to say about it. But you know what, guys? I have a fun story to tell you about this phenomenon that we got going on. I bought a Kia K5. I was like, you know what? I've never seen this car before. This is an awesome car. I bought it. My neighbor 3 doors down has a Kia K5. I had never seen this car before in my life. And now I see it all the time when I'm driving. Why is that? Did my neighbor buy it the same day? Did all these other people buy it the same day? No, it's because I'm looking for it. How about the Buffalo Bills Baltimore? Some of that DPI, OPI, who should that have been called on? Nobody cares because nobody's watching for it.
I cared.
Ethan cares. I did care also. We're all on the Ravens there. We all cared a little bit. But once again, that's something that everybody's looking for. The 2022 playoffs, we had no hill. Everybody's saying, it's a Burrowhead, and the Eagles, all these penalties that they got, right? Pushing Patrick Mahomes out of bounds, except for that he said, I didn't know how far out of bounds we were. What about the holding? That one was questionable, right? Except that he said it was holding. I tugged his jersey. I was hoping they would let it slide. They didn't. Oops. You might not like it, but it was a penalty, which is another thing, too. You want to say that you don't like the Chiefs, you hate that they're winning, that's fine. That is an honest answer. And I'm okay with that. 23 playoffs. They can't win a road playoff game except for when they went to Buffalo and they went to Baltimore and won both games on the road. One of the worst Chiefs teams that there's been. Won another Super Bowl. 24. Starters lost 1 game all season, and now they beat the Texans. Oh, it's rigged! It's rigged, ladies and gentlemen. Except the Texans allowed the third most sacks this year. Second highest amount of pressures ever recorded in a playoff game. 56% of his dropback passes, he was pressured. That's over 50%. That means more than not, the refs are letting him get pressured 56% of the time. They should have had offensive tackles and guards and centers, but the referees were blocking, which is why the pressure was so high, allowing 8 sacks. Oh, wait, they also had a rush fourth down where they were running out of time. Instead of using a timeout or being smart about it or maybe punting the ball, they went for it and didn't get it. They had 1 touchdown all game. They missed 3 kicks. A lot of complaining. There's too much of this going on. Too much of this. From the Texans. Do it. They need to do. All right, boys. This is the exercise time. All right, ready? Come on. I need to hear a yell from both of you. Ethan, Wyatt, I need something. I need a yell. I need something. Puru nana itiki mai waka fichi terra. Au pane, au kupa pane, pane, cupane, ficitera. Ah! Not enough of that going around. That's how you win a three-peat. That's how you win a championship game. Houston, fuck around and find out. Hey! We standing on business! We standing on business here! Fuck around and find out! You want to blame the ref? Look in the damn mirror!
Oh my God. Could we get your blowing of Michael Jackson gift? Can we get that made into a gift, please?
We can do whatever you want with that segment. I guess I'm on Kansas City minus the 1.5. Can Josh Allen win? Yes, he can. Josh Allen has the respect of the Chiefs. If he wins, I hope Josh Allen wins. This is not anything against Josh Allen. This is against a false-ass narrative. Wyatt, what do you think?
Thank you for setting up the Wyatt. That's a tough one to follow.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Chiefs because it's rigged. No, I'm just kidding. I am gonna take Kansas City though. I just have to trust the. First of all, that was absolutely phenomenal. I was not expecting the whole Samoan whatever dance, haka or whatever.
The haka.
You've been practicing that. I can tell. I can tell. That was.
I'm
Yeah.
too good.
If you get a little tan, you might be Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Easy.
Yeah, I am on Kansas City. I just have to trust the history here. I mean, Kansas City has made it to however many consecutive AFC Championship games. They've made it to the Super Bowl, I think, pretty much every single time, except the one time where the Bengals made it. Am I missing anyone? Maybe the Patriots in there
Tom
early.
Brady knocked him out his first year.
Yeah. But, it's death taxes, and Kansas City gets past whoever the AFC shows up majority of the time. And I want to take Josh Allen. I really do, which is probably why I won't be betting this game, just because I'll be rooting selfishly for the Bills. But, again, I don't want to put money on a losing bet. So, I'm going to take Kansas City. I also like that Buffalo already won earlier this year, 30-21, which just fits the Josh Allen narrative, winning in the regular season, losing in the playoffs. I mean, it's a tale as old as time with Buffalo over there. Like I said, I'll be rooting for them. Hopefully they can finally get over the hump. Will it happen? Probably not. So I'm going to have to take Kansas City at home here. Like I said, if you are going to bet this, I wouldn't mess around with the spread. Just take a money line if that's what you want. But I'll probably go the player prop route again. I know you guys were talking about the DPI or OPI penalty in that Ravens game. I actually needed that quite a bit because I had Josh Allen to score twice, and that did lead me to pretty much a Josh Allen walk-in touchdown at the end of that first half. So I'll probably do a player prop, maybe a couple player props in this game. It's hard not to take Joshy Boy again. The Chiefs is getting tough. They have starting to get a lot of, I would say, above average threats at wide receiver. No really good wide receiver, but just a lot of options now. So it's hard to take player props for the Chiefs. But I'll figure out something. If you do want my bets, I'll either make a blog over at Better Green or I'll post a tweet out there. But yeah, for the show, give me the Chiefs to cover.
Yeah. You thought I'd be on the Bills, not after that.
You can after that.
First of all, that was complete bullshit. That was OPI. If anything, that was the worst defensive pass interference call ever. Second of all, Ben, the only stat I did not hear you say on the penalties is the amount of times Jawan Taylor lines up next to Isaiah Pacheco in the backfield. But other than that, I think you hit it all head on. But no, here's the thing. I'm going to be on the Bills because that is basically being on the Chiefs for Ben because I can't get one right. So I'm on Buffalo here. No other reason than the fact that I've been on Buffalo from the start of this podcast every single year in the playoffs. It's never happened. So A, Ben, that probably helps you out. B, I would hate if I gave out the Chiefs, then Buffalo went on to win and I jumped off the ship. So that's the only reason. Do I truly believe they're going to win? Probably not, to be honest. Kansas City at home. Kansas City better than the team that they had last year, which Ben mentioned. Buffalo also better team than last year. But Buffalo off a big win where I'll we'll get into that one a little bit more in another video that Ben and I have coming out here shortly. So stay tuned for what I really feel about that Baltimore-Buffalo game. That being said, though, Kansas City at home, their only true loss of the year. I'm not counting the Denver game where the three of us were on the sideline waiting to go in for the next snap. So, I mean, their only loss was to the Bills. It was a close game. I personally think if you bet this game and you're not on the Chiefs, I would take Buffalo in a teaser. It came out earlier this season that Josh Allen doesn't lose by 8 or more points. He did to Baltimore back in week 4. Outside of that, though, I don't know if he ever has, or it's been a long time since he has. In Kansas City, they aren't blowing teams out of the water necessarily. So I would take Buffalo in a teaser. Yeah, I mean, I'm taking Buffalo, but honestly, I kind of do think Kansas City wins. And then one last stat that's just kind of crazy. The 4 teams who outgained in the divisional round all lost. Lions outgained Commanders, Texans outgained the Chiefs, Baltimore outgained Buffalo, and LA outgained Philly. All lost. So kind of wild statistically how that worked out. But yeah, for the graphic, give me Buffalo. And Ben, if you move on to the Super Bowl, you should probably thank me.
Yeah, I will, man. I will. Yeah, weird how that happened in all 4 games. I just keep seeing it about one. Very strange. Last thing I'll say, cool, calm, and collected, like I always am. You really think the Chiefs rig it? You really think the NFL's rigging it? Once again, this is not from our friends or really from us, but put the house on it. Stand on business. It's rigged? All right. Show us. Oh, no, you're not even going to. Oh, okay. Okay. No, we got it. We got it. Washington heads to Philadelphia. The Eagles are 6-point home favorites. Over-under set at 47.5. I took up way too much time in this episode already, so I'm just going to throw it straight to you guys. Ethan, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I'm checked out. I'm sorry, I am. I don't even know. I don't even care. Give me Washington plus the points, but I do think Philly wins the game outright. We saw this matchup obviously twice, being a divisional matchup. They split. However, the split was a kind of crazy comeback by the Commanders against Kenny Pickett. So, yeah, Eagles been there, done that. Commanders, happy to be there. I think the only team that I can recently remember that kind of overachieved in the divisional round and then went on to the Super Bowl was Cincinnati, which great win, but I was on the Chiefs that year, so that's probably why. But yeah, that's beyond the point. Yeah, give me I would take Philly in a teaser if they get up to 6.5, which I think they might be at. Take Philly, take Buffalo. That's the way I'd look at betting this weekend. Also kind of like the under both games.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm a bandwagon Bills fan now that my Lions got knocked out by the commies. But also kind of been a bandwagon Bills fan for the last 2 years. So I'm like, the bandwagon I'm at the top of the bandwagon levels of bandwagon. So don't hate me in the comments here. Also, people say I look like Josh Allen. I don't see it, but they say it. Yeah, I am a little nervous with Washington, to be honest. But, I mean, this team, I think, just enjoys being the underdog, overlooked. I was a little nervous about the elements this week because they played in Tampa Bay and then they played in a dome in Detroit. Now they have to go play in Philly, but it looks like it's going to be 40 and sunny. So it's a 3:00 Sunday game Eastern time. So it's not going to be a snow game. It's not going to be a below 10-degree game. So that really shouldn't play a factor here. I'm going to take Washington with you, Ethan, plus the points. I do think Philly wins this game, but I think Washington hangs in there, surprises people a little bit, maybe takes a lead late in the game, and then Philly comes down and scores. But I think this is going to be a 3 to 4 point Philly win. So I'll take Washington plus a 6. I'll probably bet it too. But I do like potentially, I might just tease Washington up to 2 touchdowns and then take, like you said, the Bills on the higher number there as well. But I don't know. Teasers are called teasers for a reason. We saw it last week with the most bet teaser ever, Chiefs, Lions. We all know what happened to the Lions. So if you ever see anyone giving out that -150 teaser, go delete them forever on Twitter. Again, most times it probably hits, but it's just a dumb bet. And I can't believe that one guy who, I don't know, pretty well known on Twitter, and he's just a piece of shit. So Ethan's was better because he had 3 teams involved. So it wasn't a 2-teamer -150. I'll give you some grace. But yeah, give me Washington. I think Philly moves on, but I'll take Washington to keep it competitive.
I also didn't promote it as my play of the year.
Yes, thank you. Here's a new one. Here's a new play of the year. Guess what it is? It's a player prop.
Probably Saquon to score.
Saquon rushing yards against the worst rushing defense in the league. So hats off to you, man. It's also the highest rushing total ever in a playoff game.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're buying at peak value now,
Yeah.
so that's always good. Buy high, sell low, right?
Now, it'll probably, let's be honest. But yeah, you can't give that out as a play of the year, man. Come on.
Wyatt, I don't think you could have said anything to make you be the one getting clowned on in the comments and the most hated person from this episode. I think you guys could do a couple Elon Musk salutes, before you guys got any of the hate. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm on Philadelphia here, even though they got a clown of a coach. And I really think this is going to come down to the defenses. Philly, if they can play like they have been playing, they stop the run, put it on Jaden Daniels' shoulders. Sorry, put it on his elbows. I don't know. It makes me scared that they can drop some guys into coverage. But this is all if that defensive line is able to get pressure on them and maintain composure of stopping the run. So, that's going to be hard to do. It's going to be hard to do, but I think they can do it. That 6 is kind of a hard number to swallow. People I've been talking to also, they're also on Washington. So I could easily be swayed. This is going to be a game I'm not going to bet. But I'm going to go Philly here. I think they're the better team. I really would rather have Washington win. But I see this being like 20, maybe 28-21.
I will say something else here really quick, too. Just another way to attack the NFL while we still have it. I think there's great value on mainly Kansas City to win the Super Bowl right now. Also, potentially Buffalo. Just because that matchup is more of a coin flip. And Philly is obviously expected to make the Super Bowl, so they are the clear favorite. And I don't think they should be because they're not going to be favored against Buffalo or Kansas City. So I'm looking to attack the Chiefs mostly. I'm already on Kansas City and Buffalo futures, not as much as I wish I was. So I'm looking to attack Kansas City more so and still kind of get a little bit more on Buffalo. Yeah, I don't think Philly should be the favorite to win the Super Bowl right now.
I said earlier, bet the house if you really think it's rigged. Just before we close out the show, just want to say that's a joke. Don't do that. Please bet responsibly. Bet responsibly. You guys, anything else before we get out of here? Second to last episode. We got one more episode for the season.
Yeah, I'm just looking hypothetical lines on DraftKings. Bills are 1.5 point favorite against the Eagles, and the Chiefs are 1.5 point favorite against the Eagles. So It is confirmed.
2 more episodes, right, Ben? Pro Bowl episode, right?
Yeah. You guys want the Pro Bowl episode? I don't know what.
Let's be honest. I'll be betting it.
The reindeer games, I think, is what they call that now.
Yeah.
Never forget the last Pro Bowl of pads. I took the over, and it was like 107 to 103. So
Yeah, I was on it too.
it was still, yeah. No wonder they got rid of it.
Guys, Ethan alluded to it a little bit earlier that we are filming an episode. Who's to blame for the Baltimore collapse? Is it Harbaugh for abandoning the run? Is it Mark Andrews for those key drops and the turnover? Is it Lamar Jackson for the multiple turnovers? So if you guys are interested in that video will be posted shortly after this one. So make sure you guys subscribe to the channel so you guys get it in your timelines once it does get posted. Check out bettergreen.com, and we'll see you guys for the Super Bowl. Peace, guys.
Later, guys.
It's DeMar Hamlin's fault. Peace, guys. Later, guys. See you guys.
Welcome to Better Win Green, eh? To Better Win Green, eh? To Better Win Green, eh? Listen in and cash out. That's what it's all about. Come on, let's make cash now. We always on spot and we cover all spot from the bottom to the top. Hey, shout out to Ethan, shout out to Wyatt, shout out to Ben. Welcome to our podcast. Better Win Green.